Hi, Mrs. B. Happy birthday. No, I'm not going to sing for you. But Greg told me you got your eyes back, so I figured I'd give you something else to look at besides the Four Stooges. You certainly can't tell my life story without including the Berkin family. Greg, of course, still being my oldest and closest friend. But certainly the influence that you had on my life has become certainly apparent. I can't tell my story without telling yours. So I thought maybe what I would do is review our history together. And I don't really have very many photos, but I do have some other stuff to share. So here we go. It all started really with Gramercy Ghost. It was Alan Greenberg and Alan Wall that told me that they were involved with this production and essentially introduced me to Greg and the Berkins. Which, by the way, included Jim Haggett, who I thought was a bastard Berkin child, and given his hairdo, he looked more like Larry and Paul than Greg did. But it was a recommendation from Mrs. Fish, my English teacher, that you audition me for The Importance of Being Earnest, which, of course, turned out to be one of the most fun productions I've ever been involved with. We just hit it off as an acting team and could have gone on to be another Martin and Lewis, who knows. We got a lot of press in those days. This is really the only record I have of these shows. I love that. And this, of course, led us right into The Man Who Came to Dinner, which really was the peak of my acting career. And another production that was just a tremendous amount of fun to be involved with. You know, I wonder if Larry remembers that he was my biology lab partner in Mrs. Weiss's class. I'd paid money to hear the animations during the frog dissection. I'm pretty sure we didn't actually dissect the frog. And last but not least was Brigadoon, certainly everybody's favorite. Such an incredible cast and production crew on this one. But when I found out I wasn't going to play Jeff Douglas, I was heartbroken. Until I realized, of course, you had other plans for me. Which, of course, was my formal introduction to technical theater, which, of course, set me on a path which I would travel the rest of my life. This was at a time when County Players was doing their annual awards program. And as you can see, we had a pretty good showing at this one. Ellen Greenberg won Best Supporting Actress, Shannon won Best Actress, Gramercy Ghost got Best Technical Production and Best Overall Production. And although I don't have the program from the year that we entered Man Who Came to Dinner and Brigadoon, I do have the award that I was given for Best Actor. I still have that. Sure got a lot of press in those days. A couple articles written about the success we had at the County Players. Dominate the Players Awards. And then, of course, last but not least, the International Thespian Society, Troop 1713. Still a member. Can't find my card anywhere. Look at all those characters. And great picture. I think you doubled the size of the troop with this class. But my destiny was realized in college at Clarkson in Potsdam when not only do I go on to exercise my acting career, but it really was where I first did my first lighting design on You Can't Take It With You, along with a couple of guys who taught me some basic methods of the Stanley McCandless School of Lighting. 2 weeks after I graduated, I started my career at Strand Lighting and never looked back. Of course, I returned to the high school auditorium years later with the Children's Community Theater to spend the next 20 years doing 2 shows a year. And was even lucky enough to furnish the lighting control system the last time they renovated the auditorium. I even took the opportunity to direct a show, and so did my daughter Danielle. Today I have just shy of 200 shows under my belt, the last of which being the Jazz Choreography Enterprises in New York City, where I took it pretty much because it was a desk job and all I had to do was sit there, watch people perform, and bark out commands for cues, which was thoroughly enjoyable. And, of course, today working with one of the finest controls companies in the world, doing stage lighting and hotel lighting and building lighting and all sorts of lighting control stuff that all came from that original start way back when. So I am eternally grateful to you and the Berkin family at large. God rest Al up there, still trying to tell people how to build the wristwatch. But certainly, Greg, Larry, Paul, Tommy, and yourself have all been an influence on my life. So happy birthday, Mary Pat. I hope you have cake, and hopefully we'll see you soon.